Yo, everyone, what's up? How you doing, brother? I'll be ready. I'll be right with you. I'll be right with you, brother. Just doing my social media. Ba-da-dum. Okie dokie. Let's go. Did you watch this game live, Erblin? Did you see Spirit versus Furia? Si yo cuando te va. Alright, let's try to understand what the hell happened in this game. Okay, seems like it's working. Whoop. Okay, let's do it. I actually don't know why I'm streaming on a Sunday morning. I just realized now. What's gonna be there on a Sunday morning? I may have not calculated that correctly. We'll see. We'll see. Let's do it. Furia versus Spirit. 5 septembre. Alright. What you doing up, Erblin? How come you're up already? Registro Stratus, what do we think about that? Conge. I like it. To me, it was one of the most obvious choices that could be made once Magis was benched on Falcons. It felt like one of the most obvious win-win that could happen. So, A execute on poor little Sway alone on A. What's my man supposed to do if he doesn't get any backup? He's gonna get a little back. Oh, he's got backup, and they haven't smoked jungle. And the Molly is failed. Failed. It's dangerous. It creates a pocket. See, I think Akinda won't be ready for that at all. Yeah, no, I like it. What do you think about it? I like that move. Massive jungle packed retake. Still think it's winnable for the teas. Or Kit? Kit on chopper. Oh, he's chucking it straight in the smoke. It's over. He's gonna defuse it. Yep. Could see it coming. the way the bomb is planted is like the one problem you have with planting the bomb exactly where they did it is that a smoke would allow you to diffuse from so many different angles. You basically have 360-degree around the bomb where you can get on it, which means a smoke and a ninja diffuse in the smoke is just, it's a killer move. Now, you know, it's not as if you'd planted opposite default, and then if you plant opposite default, you basically have to be against the box to diffuse the bomb, and then would there be a smoke there, you can pretty easily find them in there. If you plant open the way Furia did, a smoke on the bomb will just be the end of you. Like, you cannot let the CT reach that smoke. Nobody is even hitting him. And I'm not surprised. I'm not even surprised. Oops. Unfortunate for Furia because the execute was well done, but planting in the middle of the site is what cost him eventually. How are you doing, Black Up? You alright? How are we doing this fine morning? Yeah, I like Magister Astralis. I vibe with it. I'm just not sure who I would replace though. I've heard that Stown might be the one, but I think that would be a conversation. That would be a more interesting debate rather than just whether Magister Astralis is a good move. I'm doing amazing, buddy. What about you? I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. Had a good night's sleep. I've just realized, like, 5 minutes ago, I said, like, why am I streaming on a Sunday morning? I'm amazed. I'm amazed you guys are even here to talk. I just realized, wait a minute, it's Sunday morning. Like, most people are not going to be up. Ooh. I like the creep up underground to mid contact play like that. I like it. It's really hard to detect if you don't have deep vision into underground. That was the opportunity they were looking for. They just wanted someone to give them a duel. But we made plans. So we stick to the plans. We said we were going to stream Sunday morning. Here I am. Boom. They're going back short together? Nah, it would make sense. With Yuri and Apps, you would want to finish A. Like that. This is all the information you need in terms of where you want to play. Molodor is going to come back eventually. And now it's on to the... Oh, what? Oh, he got pulled by the Molodor flash. Never mind, it's Donk. He never fails. But he did get pulled by the Molodor flash to his catwalk. That was just enough to bring him back. Look. What I'm talking about. I'm not exactly sure. Oh, yeah, maybe I missed it. Yeah. Like the little details of Counter-Strike. This flash right here, was enough for Donk to have a doubt. Look, boom. Explodes, and he anticipates the backup. He leaves his position for like 2 seconds. And well, he comes back on time. It's alright. It's no consequence for Spirit, but just that one flash just had him second guess, like, wait a minute, are they going B? And you're dead. Damn it, I left my water downstairs. Here comes Donk and the aggression. Straight duels. So Moroder has the only gun in this eco round. He's definitely one to have to make the difference. They invested a Kevlar on Nikinda so he could pick it up if needed. I'm just worried he's not here. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, that's a mean entry. That's a mean entry, and it's also... It's... For Sway, that's... It is a little bit of an indictment to get caught by someone beating the timing of your smoke. You see how not ready for it? He's just swinging at this very time. Oh. Ooh. Rennie, how you doing? Thank you. Oof, that's and now Furia is really doing one of the most basic ways to basically convert a 5v4, which is you find a kill somewhere on the map and then you anticipate the reinforcement of said position and you gather up to go the other side. It's relatively basic. It still works. It's a rule or a way of thinking that has generally always worked in Counter-Strike. Now it's all onto Zontix. Good nade. Good nade. Never mind, just blocked by the apps. Yeah, Heidi was... I'm not sure it's an Astralis principle because we were doing that... I mean, I was doing that in 2014. And Astralis was not there in 2014. It is one of the most, like, basic level Counter-Strike thought process. Like, 5v4... I think that... Okay, so... Let's just do theory for, like, 1 minute because we're opening this topic. There's different ways. There's different ways to handle your 5v4, and what is the determining factor is whether or not you have enough bodies to pounce on the kill that you had. Okay, so I'm gonna give you 2 examples, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. Scenario number 1: you get a kill on A with 2 players ramp, 1 top mid, 1 underground, and 1 BX. Scenario 1: if these 2 catch a kill here, they don't have the backup necessary to full send it on A and take all that space. They would most likely be overwhelmed, and they would most likely be what's it called? There would be too many people in front of him. They'd be overwhelmed. They don't have enough punching power. So if scenario number 1 is 1-1 here, tack tack tack, and you get an entry kill here, you're not in a position to immediately pounce on it. So you have to think about, okay, what we might know how the cities are playing right now, but the question is, how are they going to play in 20 seconds? And this is where the basic principle would be, okay, we need 20 seconds to reroute. We believe in 20 seconds that they will have reinforced the A site. So what do? Let's reroute to B together. That's one way of thinking. That's when you're not in a position to immediately pounce or immediately cash in your ticket when you get an opening kill. Scenario number 2 is, yeah, 3 players in ramp, 1 in apps, and I don't know, let's say a lurker top mid or someone who's flashing, whatever. And then in this scenario number 2, you get an entry kill here on stairs or whatever. Now that's different. Now it's absolutely different. Now you have 4 players ready to fight. And that's a moment where the leader would probably say, okay, let's go, like, let's go on it. Put down the smokes, tack, 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 and then we go on the A side. That's different. Like, not every 5v4 has to be played the same way. It basically depends on how close you are from how many bodies and how much resources do you have nearby your entry kill. This is the TLDR of how teams think about it. Oh yeah, absolutely. It becomes way more absolutely. If you get an entry kill in a neutral part of the map, then there's nothing you can do immediately about it. It just puts you in a much better position to keep on going with either your map control or to reroute to a different site, and you just end up in a much stronger position. But it's not like you can immediately just convert. It's a little bit unfortunate for Furia that these entries come in an eco situation, because Shiro could very well still win them the round. Yep. Eh. I thought was it playing basketball? Yeah, I don't know why they would have hoped the A side was completely empty. There was no reason for A to be completely empty. That's a huge kill. That's a huge kill. That's the kill that I think it decides the clutch. I think. I don't know if they win this clutch, but if then that's because of Kesar. Oh, he hit him to the wall. Yeah. Donk. I don't think Donk played it wrong here, standing his ground and trying to find the duel. But this he made sure that Furia would win this when Kisarado actually found him. This was the final nail in the coffin. How are you doing, Heidi? Now this is some real Sunday morning music. Ooh, would you look at that B play coming up? First time watching? Yes, first time watching. Immediate B play, no util for Spirit, Shiro in rotation. So Shiro is, depending on how long Zontix can survive, I think Shiro will eventually be in a position to have impact. If not, Zontix is immediately dead. See? That's exactly... Oh my god. Sometimes it's painful to be right. You see this... Look, you will see it. Here, Shiro was about to fully commit to the retake. But when Zontix dies and he realizes that this is about to be all T-sided, then he second guesses and goes back into market. Had Zontix stayed alive 1 or 2 more seconds, you would have seen Shiro try to do this move here so he could aim at sight. But because Zontix dies immediately, he realizes the right-hand side is super compromised. And now he's just playing catch-up. Oh, I thought he had an AWP, actually. Oh, he's got a scout. Never mind. Pretty simple execute. Shiro is underrated. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. Hi, Beatoff. What's up? Good morning to you. Thank you guys for showing up on a Sunday morning. There's some pretty good flashes. Although there was a team flash in there, but... Clean. Clean. There are always two T's fighting, or there's a trade possibility each and every one of these fights. Look at this. There you go. Double up. Yuri right hand side, Paladin left hand side. 9 years, 25 days. Let's go. That's some commitment right there. Full eco. That's 2 weapons saved. It's crazy that we can still learn things about Mirage. There's always something to learn about Counter-Strike. And this is why this game is so fantastic. Is you could watch 50 times, you could watch 50 games of Mirage, and not have 50 identical games. You would have 50 different games. This guy's committed to watching you more than I committed to anything in my life. Well, I feel like I can agree on that, and I feel like it applies to me as well. Well, aside from Counter-Strike, my dedication to Counter-Strike is longer than that. But the stack from Spirit is well informed. Now you probably want to have Shiro bench so he could play long distance with the scout, and that's exactly what's happening. Grok, tell me what Spirit did wrong. Is something Spirit should... Well, we'll try and figure it out, King Vest. We'll try and figure it out. That's what we're doing today. I'm a big fan of cross replacement. Oh no! Okay, I get what Spirit were doing here. As soon as they get the kill, they imagine Furia is gonna double back, but they didn't. They're just pressing on, and so now the stack is actually in a much weaker position. Did you see HLTV on HLTV? Astralis wants Magic's back. Makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. If I would, as soon as Magisk got released from, oh my god, that's okay. The calls from Furia are pretty interesting. They put a second layer of utility and pressure on the B side so they can then running. I know I was gonna say as soon as Magisk got benched from Falcons, to me, this felt like the most obvious move ever. To try, at least for Astralis to try and get Magisk. This really felt like a win-win. Yeah, well, listen, Heidi, I'm not saying you're wrong, but I would say in an eco round like this, it's fine to take some risks, and even if you're not playing Counter-Strike super by the book, be a little crazy, you know. I don't mind be a little crazy. You push behind, maybe your team can stall Furia as they're executing on the B side. Maybe you get a funny little flank. I don't know. I don't really overthink much like full eco situations like that. I would much rather have people taking some risk. Like the man has a 5-7. No, I know, but this was the setup. That's the setup they accepted to have from the very beginning. Look, you know what I mean? Like, this is all you need to know. Like this The round is basically lost if they go A. That's it. Like Spirit have accepted that if they go A, if Furia go A, the round is lost. That's the assumption when you stack like this. So from that point on, with that premise in mind, if Svei's trying some shizzle, whatever. Maybe he can. It's not even about winning the round. Maybe if he flanks here, maybe he kills a lurker top mid and gets an AK, or whatever it is, or he can contain. I would not go that far in like the thought process of what you should do in that situation, because you've been dealt a shit hand anyway. You're the only A player and everyone is B. It's like, good buddy. High five. Do what you gotta do. I wonder if he's gonna be able to. I see he could almost have killed Molodoy and grabbed an AWP right there. That's exactly what I was trying to say. Like, he was 2 seconds away from being in time behind Molodoy to kill him and get an op, which would have qualified as an absolute success. You can't disagree. You're absolutely. I don't think he can win the round. Not if Fury actually know how to play, because they had way enough time. Look, when they rotate back, they have 33 seconds when they're on site. They are A-okay. They are A-okay with 30 seconds. Even if it finally kills something. But I know what you mean. I'm not a big fan of how Furia stayed with people towards B. I don't think this was necessary, because their move to go back to A was great. I don't know why you would. Like, what are you trying to do? Sticking around B? Where you're trying to what? Get the USPs down? What's the plan here? In first gun round. Well, again, where's that? Yeah. Right now, 2 seconds earlier, two seconds earlier, he kills the AWP, he saves it, and we call it a success. So that's what I mean. Like, you can't just watch what's happening here and then say nice flank sarcastically. It's like, yeah, obviously, if you're trying to flank, there's gonna be. No, you're assuming they would win the round if he stayed ramp. I disagree with the assumption. That's the difference. You cannot just say if he stayed there, they win. Like, you can't make an assumption. You cannot make an assumption like that hard about the outcome of a round if something had happened. You can say, yeah, they would have a chance. Maybe he puts down the bomb, creates some chaos. But you can't say if he stays around, they win. That's making that's molding the future the way you want it. Alrighty, let's do it. First gun round. What are we doing, Furia? Map control? Oh yeah, pure map control. Are they sending Zwei down ramp? Oh, he picks immediately. Oh shit. Okay, that's forward. But that should probably push Shiro to go back to jungle. There we go. He has to go back to jungle after that. He's got to respect the mid or the window aggression. He's gonna retake like oh. Who was talking about? Throw Zonic and Glaive in there. Why not blame F? Oh, sorry, King Bass. I was watching Heidi's comments. Why not blame F? Magician's that much better than Stan or vice versa. No, what surprises me a little bit is that Magis would replace Stone. Like, from a profile perspective, I don't really get that. I get the fact that Astralis would want Magisk. That I get. 100%. Replacing Stone, from like, someone is gonna have to play a different role. And that's something that I was a little bit surprised about. I'm not really sure I see why. That's a good trade from Yuri. Very good trade from Yuri. Absolute understanding from Donk of what's about to happen. He knows What's the most likely course of action when people smoke up to connected like that? See. Ooh. Mm. Ooh. But you can already see as the execute starts, you can see the Spirit they're in position. They are in position. The A site is not something they're worried about at all, or rather, it's not something they should be worried about at all because they have way enough bodies to handle it. Perfect setup. Perfect setup. Everything works according to plan. Sway is holding A apps. At the same time, he's holding around because he's in front of the smoke, which means Shiro can focus solely on connector. Grabs 2 kills. What else? Who would you have replaced in Astralis if you brought Magisk? Guys, who would you have replaced? Oh, who would you replace? It hasn't happened yet, but who would you replace? What are we trying to do here? Okay, they're switching. They're switching the AWP and the rifle. Fair enough. I would not have understood why they'd leave B side. So they're just doing a switcheroo, and it's extremely well informed. So judging, or judging by Furia's utility, I think Shiro should have opportunities to get some kills. Depends on how strong the few flashes are, but that's it's supposed to be like a guarantee -1 when the execute starts. And this Yakindar's death mid here is actually way more costly than what it might look like. You could watch this death and say, ah, you know what, it's 4v5, it's fine, they can actually still win the round. But what you have to realize is that this kill from Zontix, let's go now. They check out mid, boom, he gets the kill. And this is what actually triggers him to go back to B and strengthen and fortify the B side. So this is a pretty big deal. Now, Shiro got this attack skill that I was telling you about, and Zontix is in position, so perfect. Perfect. Oh! Ah! Yes. I mean, if you're Yekindar, you have to wait a little bit before you make a move there. You can't just die as the lone wolf in a 4-1 setup before. If you die as a lone wolf in a 4-1 type of execute, then you naturally direct all the attention of the opponents on the remaining part of your attack. Exactly. So that's why Zontix, once Zontix swings white mid, kills Yekindar, sees that nobody's trying to trade him, he's like, okay, that's it. I'm good. I'm going back to B, guys. You handle mid. I'll go help Shiro. Oh, okay, yeah. Let's see. I didn't see how he got the first kill, Heidi. I'll watch it again. Debatable. Debatable. Sometimes. So first of all, they don't know Shiro is here with an op. That's the first thing we have to keep in mind. They could doubt. They could be worried about it. They don't know for sure Shiro is here with an op. If it's a rifle, you can technically get away with this. The thing is, sometimes you want to take that first jump before the first flash explodes so that you have the right timing to then get the kills. You're trying to be a little bit ahead of the flash so that when you land or when you've actually taken space, you still have flashed CTs in front of you and not just people recovering vision. So I wouldn't I wouldn't qualify that as like a hard mistake. Unfortunately for him, it's Shiro holding. Yeah. Now from this point on, they have lost. They have lost. They could not use the flashes to take any space, so they've lost. But that one is. Woo, this last flick is sexy as hell. Never mind. Yeah, I remain a big fan of Shiro. I will say in Gambit and Cloud9, he had his choking days. He really had his choking days. But what he's doing with Spirit, peace. Just as I hype him up. Just as I hype him up. Obviously, then. Gets out of his way to get one dig. Molodoy round. And you know what? Let's do it. Ooh. Ooh. Now there is something interesting about what Furia did, and I'm not sure whether this was fully on purpose or not. No, they only had one smoke, so that was on purpose. The fact that they would only use the stair smoke, and not, because usually you will see teams do the up and down smoke, right? You will see they'll do the bench smoke, the stair smoke, and then you will have this up and down wall. That's the quote unquote standard way to do it. The fact that they only use one of those smoke, I feel like it baited Spirit into taking these duels. Like obviously both Donka and Zwaya are gonna try to look at this gap, at this very obvious gap, and this is what Molodoy. I'm not going to take anything away from Molodoy because his shots are absolutely beautiful. But we have to give credit to Fallen with just a P250 who is capable of like triggering both CTs looking at him, while Molodoy is actually enjoying his life here and gets a free duel against Donk. Now, you see, nobody's looking at Molodoy. The move from Fallen is really just absorbing the attention of. He's absorbing the crosshair of two defenders just by giving his life away, and that has value, and it's definitely not something that you will talk about. I'm sure it's definitely not something the casters would talk about. So the bare minimum we can do is give Fallen some credit here for giving space, creating space. I I think Molodoy. Okay, debate. This kind of move will be accounted for in rating 4.0. Well, I don't know if they will have the. I don't know how you can like AI would have to be extremely efficient to be able to calculate that. But I hope one day maybe we can. I was gonna say I think Molodoy might be like a top three signing this year. I'm trying to think. Like top three transfer feels like. I think Molodoy is one of the best transfers that could have happened this whole season, right now. I know Fury is not winning trophies, but when you think of how he's playing, and I don't know, maybe I'm exaggerating, but yeah, exactly. Rob's vitality is obviously no one is gonna discuss that. But yeah, Andre, thank you very much for the follow. It's really hard to argue against what Molodoy has brought to Furia. And they keep playing B with Shiro. I don't know if it's preparation. Oh, okay, now he's supposed to be in a world of trouble. The timing. Yeah, but that feels more like damage control than anything else. The timing of that execute is so awful for Shiro, but he gets away with it. Ooh. Man, he's safe. Ooh, wait, Monodoy, what? Now they can fall back. They can fall back. They know they've already been made. You can't really go back to A because that would be risky. It's on Sway. It's on Sway. He's the one. Oh, brother, you being very brave. And chicken electronic. It's still a very what? What? What happened? That pressure or what are we doing? I no explanation. I was going to say prior to this little brain fart moment, I thought this was a very winnable 3v4 because Furia would take a very, very long time to try and reclaim all of that. I think Fury is mainly just looking to see if someone pushed. We're doing bets? What are we betting? What are we betting? I would be very surprised if Furia took the risk of going all the way back. They could, but it's risky with 40 seconds, not knowing where the CTs could be. It's pretty risky. Something. Oh, Yuri is no. Yuri is just checking. Yuri is just checking. They'll finish B. Oh, it is. It is a winnable 3v4. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a huge fan of the whole one. Well, now Zontix, at least Zontix and Zweig can play off of each other. But in a 3v4, I'm really not a big fan of 1-1-1. I'm not a big fan of trying to cover all eventualities and possibilities. Might as well hedge your bets. I know Donk being on B is. I don't like to see Donk on the AWP. Okay, I don't like that. I despise it. In fact, just leave that AWP, brother. You're the best rifle to ever touch the game. Nah, I will never eat my words. I know exactly what I'm saying. Just because he has no scope, I rest my case. Like I rest my case 100%. What happened here is why I rest my case, because we both know this is a once in like 6 month occurrence. Find me the last time Donk had a no scope and a quick scope. No worries. Let's go. Let's do it. If it's in the 6 last months, I rest my case. Really, it's all I needed to see. If I knew this had to be some sort of exceptional display. Can you watch Chopper before she would die this round? Let's see. What's up, Miss Chopperino? Oh no, I was on him actually. He tried to take the duel with Molodoy. Oh, sorry, I was on him. He tried to take the duel with Molodoy. He tried to change his positions a couple times. I think he really just got flicked. So he's dueling. He's taking fights from the right side. Then he's changing his position, going back to left, and you can see Molodoy was probably wanting to pre-aim on the left. He just flicked him to hell. I don't think it's a massive mistake. Wait, there's a shadow here. So this, oh my god, this could have been a collat. This could have been a collat. Very, very, very easily. Yeah, you see? That's what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Chopper's reposition in the contextual 1v1 is not that bad. Like took a couple of bullets from here. He switched over his position to electric here. Took a couple shots, and then he went back to his former position. And then at this point in time, that is the flick. It is the flick. Pikarunski. Oh, ah. If anything, it's really Shiro who's giving his life away very, very quickly. From a Chopper's perspective, I'm not exactly sure what I would have done different. Ooh, change of pace, change of philosophy, full A sides, full A side exec. Hasn't really happened yet in gun rounds. Well, joke's on me, it's not a gun round at all. It's a force buy. Have those Tech 9s. Kisrado will be Sentinel on top of apps, top of Palace with the AK. Now that is probably qualified as a fail. I'll probably watch it back again, but this felt like a fail. Don't being a little over eager with the. You understand he would blow up in the smoke here and trying to get a kill. He got baited into following with the spray on the jumping T and then got traded through the smoke or punished through smoke. That's the second time. It's the second time the A side actually falls in one of these situations, and there was already the Deagle round, Knights of Tech 9 round. So twice now, Spirit have failed to defend the A side. I'll rewatch Sway's round and then I'll watch Shiro to see if he couldn't have done more. I think that this situation required more trigger discipline than what Sway did. I think somebody with a little more experience and someone who's a bit more comfortable in his position, I don't think he shoots there. Like if you have a tad more experience, you let this guy go first. Maybe you reposition your crosshair on site, or you just let him go, and then you make sure you grab the kills on the people coming out of ramp. He unfortunately he did the worst of two. He started taking shots before he was, or before he knew he could secure the kills. So he revealed his position. He lost the surprise factor, missed the kill, and then he gave away an M4. So this is quote unquote the worst case scenario for Shui. I just wanted to see what happened with Shiro. But yeah, to me, he's responsible for that sequence. Timing, the timing of the smoke is picobello. And not much more Shiro could have done. And Kisarado traded or punished Donk in the smoke, huh? Yeah, he's just tracking. He's tracking the sound and the bullets in the smoke. So you can say Donk gives away his life, but it really just starts with Sway, fumbling the bag from sandwich position. This is really what it comes down to. I just wanted to check Ikinder's skills too. I'm checking this round in and out because this really is a round that it is a significant round. Oh, he's burning. He hears the burn. He uses the Molotov to go and peek. This is well played from Ikinder. It's very well played. This is a significant round, and these are now two very meaningful rounds lost by Spirit on the A side. So we're gonna have to keep that in mind when we try and make sense of why did Furia win? Why did Furia win? Well, these two half buys that happen on the A side, that's already a pretty big element on response. It really is. How do I rate Sandwich as a position alone? Alone, I think it's terrible. I think alone is terrible. I think Sandwich becomes exponentially better and more powerful the more noise around you there is. No. That's not what I'm saying. With Shiro CT spawn, I'm fine. He wasn't alone. He's got Shiro dedicated to A on the CT spawn. That's I don't mind it. Like as a combo position, I don't mind it at all. Like an AWP from CT spawn is enough. It's genuinely enough. For the chance to happen that people forget about Sandwich or do a lazy clear. When you have Shiro with you CT spawn, I don't mind it. I mind the fact that he fucked up his opportunity. That's what I mind. I don't. If he lets the first guy jump onto side and just focuses on people that will come to us, is it quite common to smoke CT spawn? Yeah, it is. Absolutely. Yeah, it is. It is. Well, the thing is, if you watch other snipers, some people seeing the smoke fly will sometimes cross it and go fire. Like the box in front, RPK fire. They'll run in to get a kill, or they will. The way Shiro did it, which is blow open the smoke, get a kill. Shiro did that. Panics, how you doing, brother? To me, this round would have been absolutely different if Shui hadn't shot the first guy, revealed his position, and then gotten one or two kills. I think the round would have had a different shape. I think this is in my mind. This is what it comes down to. He just really fumbled a position in which he should get minimum one kill, minimum. It's an interesting little trio pack top connector there that allows them to be. This allows Spirit to be supremely aggressive and fast towards the middle if that's necessary. Look at this. They want to fight mid right now. Ooh, they want to fight mid. Kisserado actually crossed to smoke. Okay. Now, when you kill someone such as Kisserado deep committed in catwalk, then someone has to rotate to B. Someone has to rotate to B. That's such a strong signal. You guys leave Chopper alone right now? They wanted to go short. Okay. Ooh. Fallen with the exceptional quote-unquote lurk roll. You don't see that every day. What? The first duel against Donk already had me like, oh, okay, you have a Galil, you best an M4. Granted, Donk has a whole mid area to clear, so I can imagine his cross replacement wouldn't exactly be perfect. He still manages to put what 72 damage on Fallen, but then what the how do yeah, no, that has to be a trade. You can compliment and you can praise Fallen for his like crab reposition. Fair enough, that's great. But yeah, that has to be a kill. It has to be a trade. There's no justifying why Fallen gets 2 kills with 3 seconds in between with the Galil in mid. I think at this point in time you can start to see um Sway's discomfort individually. When you recruit a player like that, I think you have to some degree, to some degree, you have to know this might happen. That there will be games where he isn't quite really confident and slightly second guessing, a little messy, and like from an aim perspective, like you have to imagine this could happen. You don't want it to happen, but you have to consider the fact that it could happen. Hopefully for him, it doesn't last too long. Hopefully, it doesn't become a problem of its own. I mean, it's like the first series I watched from Jacob and FaZe. Like, they were definite, like messy, fumbly, ugly sprays. There were a bunch of those too. If you're gonna recruit a young new player and trying to put him in a tier 1 scene, elite scene, you can't just be hoping that they will be Donk slash Monesty slash Zaiwu in 2 weeks. Otherwise, don't make a change. Just don't look for the future then. Just don't look for the future. Go with safe bets and block yourself on a glass ceiling forever. Woo. Flash genuinely saved him. Oh, the aggression is. I don't know if Yakinder is going to be ready on time. This is an easy kill. It's extremely easy kill for Yasuado. No flash from Sway. There, I don't really think it's his fault. I think they genuinely just sent him. And they could have flashed above. They had way enough flashes to give him something, an element of support. They sold his soul to the devil. In this one, they just sold him. They're like, bro, trust me, it's a good idea. Go down ramp. Immediately die. Immediately dies. He sold his soul to the devil. Please kick orange. Sway isn't really ready, by the way. Okay. I'm taking 30 seconds here to do a bit of a mini psychological rant. You cannot only wait for new and young players to be ready for the very top level if they do not play the very top level. I'll double check it, Heidi. But again, like hear me out. If you are going to give a young player a chance, you cannot possibly wait for him to be proven ready against elite level if he doesn't play elite level. You cannot do that. The only time some things like that happen is when you have a generational talent slash prodigy who at the tier 2 level is already so obviously miles above everybody else that you can assume that this is going to work out the same. But if that's not the case, if you are just genuinely given a chance to a player that you think like, might be interesting and all, well, you gotta do it, lah. Okay, so Zurin, sorry, I know what you mean. I agree with. Now, consider the following: when Flames was picked up by Vitality, did it feel like they just found the biggest diamond in the rough and this man is amazing and it's gonna be great? It took him a while. It took him a real time. Like, we have forgotten about it now that they won everything for so long, but it took him a real while to start to be consistent and have impact and not fumble and everything. Same with Messi. Like, now we are hyping the shit out of Messi rightfully, because oh my god, does he deserve all the praises? But remember how it was at the very beginning. People were saying like, "What the fuck is this? Like, kick this man, whatever. Why would you replace XYZ with him?" If you truly believe in a player, and if you truly believe that the player has a higher ceiling than what he's doing right now, then you know, walk the walk. Just give him a chance, give him the real chance. And that means accepting that on short term, you might have a deficit in firepower, you might have a deficit in experience. But what if, okay, so I'm not saying this is going to happen, but what if in 6 months, Spirit go on a streak of 8 tournaments won and Sway is a really good player? What if in 6 months they go on a streak of 8 tournaments win in a row? Brother Spiro, I don't know if you remember Flames at the very beginning of Vitality, but he literally had games where you would never say his name once. He had maybe a map out of like 8 where he would go supernova, and then he would have 7 maps where you didn't say his name once. I remember, I was covering all these games. Oh. The consistency and the average at the very beginning was, whew, that was rough. And it's not like in OG he was destroying everybody. No, I agree with you. It is a huge jump. It is a tremendously huge jump to go into Spirit like that. It really is. It's true. It's true. And I am not saying that I think Shui is amazing and he's gonna do fine and all. I'm just saying if we are going to give a chance, then give a real chance. And give him the time, the tools, and the support necessary for him to show whether he deserves that opportunity or not. And if in a few months that's not the case, okay, fair enough. Experiment failed. Pick someone else. I'm okay with that. Magister Australis, good move or bad move? I think it's a win-win. I'm just not convinced that Stone should be the guy to remove. Not that I think Stone is amazing and deserves his position 100%. I just think the profiles don't really work out. But I like Magister Australis is a win-win. Hi, Alet, how's it going? No, exactly. But Tech, do you feel like Magisk and Stone have the same roles slash profiles? I feel like they could not be much more different. Yeah, okay, exactly. Then you would have to exactly. That's what I meant. You have to shuffle around roles a little bit, and then you put Magisk in the positions he knows and love. So why did Chopper pick up the Molotov and threw it? Did he hear the pins? Yeah, he heard it. That's why. He heard the utility fly. Up, oh, Molotov down. He did not realize Yekindar could drop down from the right ledge. Good trade from Fallen. Look, this is the move that Chopper wasn't ready for. Up. The fall from the right ledge. Oh, right side of the ledge. And zack. That's a super entry move for Yekidar. That is a super entry move. Nice. Incredibly alpha move to open the A side, open the ramp like that, fall him right hand side ledge, fall down, take the duel immediately. Whew. Damn. Damn. Had the goddaughter overnight, first time. I'm pretty exhausted. Oh, that's kind of cute. Was it okay that the night go smooth and all? I mean, I don't know how old she is. I understand. I understand. Babies at night can be challenging to say the least. The trade from Furia, the trade from Furia, like. Do you think there is any chance at simple grinding and return to tier 1? Yes. In fact, I think simple to G2 is just a matter of time. And a matter of contracts. Je vais la démaquiller. Under 2 years, woke up like 2 times. Brother, under 2 years, woke up only 2 times? Call that a good night. Call that a good night. You've had it good. You've had it good. Waking up twice under 2 years old, call it a good night. Obviously, you might not have to deal with that ever. I don't know your situation, but some nights will be worse. Some nights will be worse. Rouler un pétou pétou avant de faire l'amour. But yeah, Soren, by the way, thank you for the follow. I just realized now I should have told you. I I think Simple will return to tier 1. I mean, eventually, guys, eventually, if Simple can rack up enough carry performances in tier 2, he will be picked up by a struggling slash borderline top 6, 7, 8 team in the world. He will. That's gonna happen. As long as there's no contractual issues and no one is playing dumb, he will get picked up. Now you can play what's it called? You can play rock paper scissors to know if it's going to be Liquid or it's going to be G2 or it's going to be Navi. It is going to happen. It is going to happen. Well, I don't think Simple should look at it as chilling in tier 3. I think in his statement, I like the statement that Simple made, in which he said, you know what, if I wanna, I'm paraphrasing liberally here, but he basically said, if I want to make it happen, then I might as well just fucking play. You know, it might be a downgrade. I might have to be humble, but I just want to play. Like, I'm going to prove that I can again, even if it means signing for a team that is way below what I've ever done. Fair enough. I just want to play. I want to show that I can play, that I'm capable, and that I can still fight. I respect the shit out of this attitude. I respect the shit out of that, honestly. But now he actually, these cannot just be like fancy words. Like, you have to genuinely have a good attitude, put everything into it, destroy tier 2 for a while. What is Dobby? Dobby is free. Yeah, that's one. For a second, it's Dobby. The simple statement. My bad. You actually genuinely have to then put these words into action, and that's what I mean. If he has 1, 2, 3 months of real hard carry against tier 2, people won't be able to get their hands off him. They won't. He is going to be too appealing of a solution for an upgrade for people that have struggling uppers. And right now, it ever so happens to be Sunpius and Sunpius Ultimate, wonderful to an extent, that are a little bit struggling. Bro, Simple is gonna be asked eventually. I'm all for a comeback story, guys. I'm all for a comeback story. I myself am on my Phoenix arc right now, so I'm all for comeback stories. Someone asked me if Morodoy was a top 5 player. No, I don't think so. But I do think he's one of the greatest signing of the year. Do you have a Discord server or no? I had a Discord server that I unfortunately let die a little bit when all the shit went down a year ago. But I do have one that I can post, and I am now more active. So that's a good catch. Thank you very much. Give me a second. Your tears for another day. There you go. This is my Discord server. But he has not been active in a while. I need to be better at it. I do need to be better at it. Save your tears for another day. Alrighty, give me a second. Jeez, he actually came to. So where does Stone go? Now that one is a bit tricky. Now that one is tricky. That one is real tricky. I would be surprised if anyone in the top 10 wants Stone. I think the drawback to tier 2 is almost unavoidable. Ooh, Molodai. He doesn't have anyone with a flash anymore. No, he doesn't, so it's just skill. I have become such a huge fan of this Furia team since Molodai joined and Fallen took over the IGL role. Weird things yes. I wouldn't say I'm a big fan, but I do like this Furia 10 times more than before. And I am very much a Molodai fan. But yo, you can't plan that. You haven't checked stairs. Wait, they're gonna win this? No, I think Stone is probably cursed to go back to tier 2. And that's because of how his stocks have. Jesus, Molodai is really good. I think Stone's stocks have gone down tremendously. I don't believe there is a tier 1. I don't believe there's any top 10 team that is going to pick up Stone right now. As a consequence of his last year and a half, let's just say that, maybe even 2 years. It's been a while since Stone stopped delivering on the promises that were made and the level that was had in Heroic. Unfortunately for him. I would say tricked. You know, I mean it. Just know, I mean it. Just know, I mean it. Well, disagreeing is completely okay. Having conversations about why we disagree is completely okay, as long as people can do it in a respectful way. Disagreeing is it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Well, I'm fairly certain that Kerrigan had a different IG Link style, uh, sort of depending on the lineup he had around him. I think in phase, like peak phase, I think you had so many players that were capable of independent and free will that there was less need for micromanagement and more need for like a macro perspective on what's happening. And then sometimes you're equipped with people who have a little bit less of that quality, that asset, and you need to sort of orchestrate the game more. I mean, if we have people in the chat here who play Face It and like to be the quote unquote leader or de facto leader, which is what I do generally if I play Face It with friends, you know that feeling, right? depending on the 5 stack you have, depending on the friends you have playing with you, there are moments in which you can allow yourself to slouch a bit more, be a bit more relaxed, and just give like loose sort of ideas. Like, okay, guys, I think we should play it a little slower, and then probably aim on finishing ramp or whatever. Insert whatever call, and then you have stacks in which you have to tell them, okay, guys, look, listen, go here, go there. 127, we'll take this, and you then have to have a much higher degree of control and precision in what you're saying. That's that's what I mean. The IGating style has to be adapted and adjusted to the lineup you have. I think leading is nice when the team listens, and if not, then it sucks. Yeah, absolutely. If you're trying to lead, they don't listen to you, they can go fuck themselves. I'm out. Like, I do that 2 rounds. If I say something once and I'm getting ignored, I'll try again, and then it's over. Done. Good luck, guys. Have a good life. Well, I absolutely love Eminem, but I'm not in a mood for when I'm gone. Way too emotional. Okay, let's go. Talk about a shit setup of Furia. Not objectively, just with what is happening from Furia, from Spirit, I mean. Oh my god. The round is pretty much... The round isn't lost, but the bomb plant is guaranteed. Well, now the round is lost. Oh. Save, guys. It's over. It's over. You made the quote-unquote wrong choice. The round is over, my friends. Everything is fine. That... I don't think this attempt from Molodoi was necessary. I think 4 versus 3, they have the A side. I think you call it. You go save your guns, and now don't just win. Is that gonna be an ace? Oh, that's gonna be an ace. Well, I understand that Molodoi is trying to... Well, there's 2 problems I have with this tech. The first one is, I don't think his crosser placement and his model behavior was an attempt to kill the bomb crossing. I think he wanted to trade donk, first and foremost. You see what I mean? Like, you see how he just glanced over Shui? I mean, he could have technically been in a position to kill Shui, he just wasn't mentally ready for it. That's exactly what I mean. He wasn't really in a mindset of killing the bomb crossing, he wanted to trade. Look. Had he been ready for it, had he been fully dialed in on killing the cross, he had a chance. He very, very visibly and ostensibly had a chance to get the kill. But that's not what he wanted to do. What he wanted to do was trade donk. And that I don't think was the brightest move. I don't think this was the brightest move to try and get the trade kill here. If he had attempted to kill the bomb and then create some chaos, why not? But he wanted to kill donk. I want to say one thing about Molodoi, his rifle is not the best. Well, yeah. Fair enough, and probably also a little bit less acquainted to, like, gaming situations or game situations in which he's got the rifle. Like, playing with the rifle or playing with the AWP is diametrically different. You find yourself in different timings, different positions, different cluster placement, different sequences. It's completely different. Mr. Bo, wie geht's dir, Alter? Hast du FC Basels Spiel angeschaut gestern gegen Sion? 1-0. 1-0 für Basel. Ooh! Do they double back or do they commit? They commit. Oh, ho, 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 ho. I kind of liked Molodoi staying his ground, sticking with the truck position. I kind of liked it, but when he gets double naded like that, he had no armor. Is that true? I didn't realize. Oh, you're right. It was glass cannon. You're right, Spiro. Good catch. I didn't even realize. Then that's really just massively unfortunate. That's massively unfortunate. Oh yeah, that nade is minus 59. Oh, damn shit. I did not hate this move from I did not hate the move. I did not hate it. I appreciate what he was trying to do. I didn't hate at all. Yeah, save the M4, brother. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, he was committed from the get-go to try and go get the aggressive peek into BAPS. If they catch you off guard there and you just double back to site completely, you give them so much ground for free until you are in a position to fight that you will have to fight people on like a 90-degree or like a 100-degree angle. They'll be everywhere around you. They'll be right side, they'll be left side. Your timing is going to be way off. So you know what? Might as well take the risk. Stick truck. Maybe you can grab one kill. Maybe you have a collat, whatever. Here, yes, of course he. No Kevlar, Naden, minus 60. Ugh. Maniac, when would you? Oh, back off. That's really unfortunate because you had a pretty cool line and then you had to ruin all the delivery with the typo. I can see like you thought out the punchline, like you had it prepared and all. You were super happy about it, and then you had to ruin it with the typo. Come on, man. Step up your game. You can't ruin a punchline with a typo. It's like having a grammatical mistake when you're trying to argue with someone. That just undercuts the hit immediately. See, now you're trying. Now that was better. That was better. That was better. You know, that's better. Now you're getting it. And it's okay, backup. You can always take my situation as an opportunity to show the world how much better of a human being you are. You can farm some social points. Go ahead. Do it. I'm not in a position to stop you anyway. You come around? It is. Where do we have guns? A and B. All jokes aside, I don't want to diss you. It's just shameful. Then get the fuck out. Leave. Brother, go. You made the conscious decision to come into his stream, this stream, my stream, try to make a joke, backfired, look stupid, was put in your place, and then you're gonna say, all joke aside, I don't want to diss you, just shameful? Then get the fuck out. Who told you to come here? You're farming social points. Go ahead. You can't come here and say, all joke aside, I don't want to diss you. It's like backpedaling. Own it. Own it. You wanna throw a jab, you wanna feel good? That's it, own it. You know? Don't backpedal into a social move. That's cool. Twitch recommended me, you decide to click, you come here, you try to make a joke, it backfired, and now you're trying to save your honor. Fair enough, leave. It's fine. And now you're double downing again. You're like doubling down. You're acting cool, but at the same time you're trying to joke like little jabs. It's fine, brother. Go. I'm not here to make you feel better about yourself. That's not my job. So get the fuck out. Let us enjoy Counter-Strike. Or stay, but then, you know, take responsibility for it. That felt good. Oh, I'm sure, brother. I'm sure you thinking of me makes you feel better about yourself. I have no doubt. Don't worry. I understand how that works. And I'm glad I can help. Now, you have yourself a good day. Or you can stick around and talk Counter-Strike. You're very welcome. But if you're here to act cool, it's going to backfire. As it already did, very ostensibly. So, see you on Comedy Central. Dickhead. Ooh. Well, that should be an easy round. No, it's not. It's not at all. Oh, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. You're good. Are you gonna get some free kills? I think they're not even attempting it. Why should they attempt it? I don't think they should attempt it. I think you save. I know it's frustrating, Furia, but you're saving this. You have no business trying that. You have no business doing that. I know you're saving. Of course you are. Yawn. Why did you write yawn? I saw yawn. That caught me off guard. Oh my god, it's funny. Yawn. So now we're getting to the tight business. 9-8. Molodoi was so fucking good yesterday. Yeah, he is. Stratinis, thank you very much for the follow. I just saw it now. He is delivering a pretty incredible game so far. There's nothing else I can say about it. And you can also see like the sort of weight and responsibility they're giving him in such a key round, completely alone on B side, no backup whatsoever. He's got zero backup. Like Kisarado will be 5 to 10 seconds late if there's a full execute. So they are genuinely just banking on Molodoi. Well, if you're gonna peek without a flash like that, you expose yourself to that risk. Oh my god, this is perfect. But already from now on, he could just go back and stay alive. Yeah, fair enough, Heidi. I feel you. From this moment on, he could have already been... Well, never mind. Fair enough. I was gonna say Molodoi could have just played safe from this moment on, but then he even adds a third wand. The round is for him, 100%. Stratini, how things going, Matt? There's not a lot of people calling me Matt. Always catches me off guard. Things are going good. How you doing? Stratini. I don't know your nickname. Are you first in the chat? It's a first time message. I'm not familiar with the profile name, and I'm usually pretty good at it. This was Molodoi 100%. 100% Molodoi round. And it is at an incredibly critical juncture in the game. I will say he's not flashed in any of these kills. The kills are great, the kills are clean, but he's not flashed in any of these kills. So that, in and of itself, it says something about the execute from Spirit. Yeah, not much here, and just saw you on recommended. Oh yeah. Well, I didn't know I was in the recommended, but great to have you. We're watching Furia versus Spirit from yesterday's Blast London match. Trying to figure out, I deep dive into rounds. I answer some other questions. Like, we talk Counter-Strike in general, and then every now and then I deep dive into a round when I feel like there is something to be said and there's details that I would like to go further into. Other than that, we just watch the game. We talk Counter-Strike. It's relatively chill vibe. I dislike Chopper's T-side calling. Well, in this situation, Heidi, personally, look, right now, I don't dislike the calling. I think given the setup from Furia, having a full B execute, I don't think is a bad call. I have a problem with the execution. I have a problem with how that execute comes around. The decision is good. It's an excellent decision. Well, it's not just a contact play. I think they probably were not expecting the AWP, which is a mistake in of itself. But there are utilities coming after that. They have Zontix here, and then there were some. There's no smoke actually. There's no smoke. In and of itself, I'm not really hugely against it when you have. Look, how is Chopper playing? When is the contact happening? So Chopper smokes top con, and then they contact play after it. What is really extremely unfortunate for them is that Molodoi is first line of contact. I think that's what's really unfortunate for them. And then once Molodoi gets the shot, then I think the flashes are not enough. Paco, what's up? I think life for Molodoi is too easy. The first kill on Donk, I'm ready to let fly. But that, from the moment you realize you have an op against you, you have to, like, util up a little more. But you know, we have seen, the most fortunate was that Monado was on. Yeah, exactly. He hits all the shots. But we've seen the reverse situation first half when. Okay, I get it, Heidi. We've seen the opposite situation in which Shiro destroyed Furia executing on the B side. Like an AWPer that is on point will have plenty of options to take shots against the B exec. Salut Maniac, salut chat, petite question, je te vois plus sur les plateaux de CS5 présentateurs. As-tu arrêté ou vas-tu reprendre un jour? J'ai pas vraiment arrêté, hein. J'ai été poussé. J'ai pas arrêté. Enfin, j'ai bien compris pourquoi, mais c'est pas juste moi qui ai dit tiens, je ne veux plus jamais faire ça, hein. J'ai été poussé vers la porte. Est-ce que je reprendrai un jour? J'espère. J'espère. Mais c'est pas forcément uniquement ma décision. Mais j'espère. Je n'ai pas perdu espoir pour ça. Mais merci de venir sur le chat, ça fait vraiment plaisir. Do you see a time where Don't leave Spirit? Hardly. Feels like one of these. Hardly. Let's just say for as long as Spirit have a lineup that is competitive for playoffs and titles, I don't think he's ever gonna leave. If for some reason that wasn't the case anymore, then maybe. But I don't see why Spirit would ever have a reason to sell Dong unless there's like some huge financial disarray or whatever. But no, other than that, I can't imagine him leaving. Je sais pas pour ça tellement dommage. Tu étais bien pour ce rôle. Pour moi, c'était comme un gant. J'espère te revoir très prochainement en tant qu'Instinct Inter. Bah, merci Adrien, je présume. On perd pas l'espoir. Et puis même finalement sur les TV françaises aussi, tu vois. Je pense que peut-être que c'est quelque chose que je pourrais explorer un petit peu en ce moment-là. Ça pourrait être aussi des options. Il y a des choses à faire, quoi. Mais j'apprécie, c'est très gentil de ta part. How much would Dong even be worth? Millions. 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 It's quite simply. Billions. I don't know, just a few millions for sure. So 10 to 8. You see how after the fail execute from Spirit on the B side, you can see how Furia are anticipating something completely different. Like this is, you can just see it in their setup. And it is relatively standard in Counter-Strike to act like that. But Fallen is the closest to B apps, he's looking catwalk. Yikindar is in market, he's looking at the murder hole. There's zero pair of eyes here. And this is a consequence of what just happened, where Furia is thinking things went so wrong for them on B. It is very unlikely they're coming back to the B side. That defense is absolutely not B centric. It is massively A centric, and visibly it's about to pay off. And it's maybe gonna be Molodoi again. Okay, so they're smoking themselves in connector so that they can cross it with a boost in window. Perfect. This is perfect anticipation from Molodoi and from Furia in general. And now the round is over. Unless something crazy happens. No, the round is over. The round has to be over. There's just too many bodies, too many angles. Clean round from Furia. Great read. Good reactions. Good anticipation from Molodoi when he sees the smoked up connector. Colin's a good EAGL that he has shooters who gets titles. Well, titles are probably a little far away, but I like the direction that Furia has taken as a project, and obviously Fallen has to be the leader. Obviously Fallen has to be the leader. How would you ever not think that Fallen has to be the leader? I was praying to God that there is a Spirit make through the blast, because my first time to see Spirit in person. Oh, you have a 3-day pass to go see them in London? Nice. Or to go see Blast, rather. They can still make it, right? They can still make it. Wait, hold on. Let me watch it. Let me watch something. Look at it. London. Yeah, they can still do it. They are in lower bracket. They are in lower bracket with Liquid and then G2 and FlyQuest. So they have to beat Liquid. Wait, hold on. Mr. Backoff, if you are being genuine if you are being genuine, then you're all forgiven. I don't hold. I'm not. What's it called? What's the term I'm looking for? I'm not vengeful. Okay, then if you're real and you're not joking, you're welcome in this channel. Please feel free, feel comfortable here. You want to talk? Yes, we're good. It happens to anybody. It can happen to any one of us to just get caught in the moment and say stupid shit. Me first, myself included. So you come back here, you apologize, and you come here, you apologize, you want to talk Counter-Strike, you're welcome. That's no problem. If you're pissed off about people in high positions not calling out Valve, I think, and this is just my opinion, okay? This is just my opinion. I don't think everybody shares my opinion. I think you greatly overestimate our impact on Valve and Counter-Strike. I greatly overestimated. Even when I was at the very top of the casting echelon and I was doing every tournament and every major and every Cologne and every Katowice, I don't think my opinion to Valve ever mattered. Or I don't think they would ever make any decision based on what I have said. Like, you can give feedback, but let's all be very humble and real about who we are and what we mean. Like, even at the top of my game as a caster, I was nobody. I was nobody doing nothing. This is, you know, Maniac fixed the subtick. It's for real. Like, I could have opinions, and I have met the developers of Valve multiple times. We've had conversations about the games multiple times. I have shared opinions about what I might think might be important or not. But we and I have to be extremely realistic and modest about how much our opinion matters. It almost doesn't. It's just informational value. That's it. No one at Valve has ever said, "Oh shit, Maniac has this opinion. Well, better get to it, guys. Better fix it." You know, the Swiss guy just said something about the scout. Better fix it. It's never happened, and it will never happen. Our opinion has informational value. That's it. That's the end of it. No, I agree. Well, it shouldn't in the sense of we should not be in a position to influence where the game is going, but we can have an opinion about the problems and what can be improved. That opinion can be taken into account, and that's it. That's the end of it. We have an informed opinion. I've played Counter-Strike for 25 years. I've played, I was going to say millions of hours. Obviously not. That's obviously not true. But Counter-Strike I've been watching or playing or interacting with Counter-Strike some way about it for 25 years. So you can have an opinion. That opinion can be listened to, whether they decide to follow it or not. Oh, Donk is so good. Donk's counter strafe is so good. Mike. Oh, I thought he was gonna hit it. Ooh, Donk can actually miss 4 bullets in a row. That can happen. Okay, let's rewatch it because this is a fuck up. This is a massive fuck up. So what in the name of God happened? Is Zontix confirmed to be Living Spirit? I have the same questions as you do, Zorin. It felt like it was kind of confirmed, and now we don't really know what's going on. It's... Did Fallen throw that Molotov late on purpose? Okay, so Donk is ahead of the Molly. Donk is ahead of the Molly completely. I just want to see the opener from Fallen. Okay, so Donk is ahead of that one. And then... Oh, Donk is ahead of both Molotovs. There... Kisarado Smolly isn't... Well, yes, you can say it's late as much as I feel like it's misplaced. I think the timing of the Molotov... That Molotov should have been more closer... Should have been closer to the two windows, the two openings, rather than, again, back in apps. I think this is the issue. Now, I don't know why he's grenade in hand. The first Molotov is late by like a second. He took like a second. Ah, you... How is Don't... I missed the part where Don't goes from 100 HP to 99. Ah, yeah. So, I don't know about audio settings and all. Yes, it definitely should have made a sound, and you definitely could have heard it, and I think he did. So knowing that, I think he's... Yeah, okay, I feel you. So knowing that he did hear that collision, then I really do think his second Molotov is too deep. I really think his second Molotov is too deep. Now he realizes, he gets put down. Yeah, it is a panic reaction. And I would have wished his Molotov, Kisarado's Molotov, would have been closer to the window so they could have avoided that kind of danger. Because he offers himself up a donk pretty massively. And then Fallen's in a world of shit here. Yeah, no, this is the fuck up. This is a qualified fuck up from Fallen and Kisarado. There's no saving them. Because this round is based on nothing. This round is absolutely based on nothing. There's no flash. And there's two players with Kevlar. There's two players with Kevlar out of the whole gang. There is genuinely no justification to lose this round. Well, yeah, if you really have the timing... Hey, back off. Thank you for the follow. If you really have the timing to beat the first molly, then it becomes a supremely good opportunity to get an entry kill. It just is. Fallen all play on B gave flashback to who he was in his prime. Well, not this round, brother. This round was really this round was a fail. This round was a fail. There's no saving them. There's no saving either of them. Thank God they had enough money to put together a goodbye after that, and it wasn't just a full hard reset. I don't know if you guys hear the music, but this music is from Contra K. He's a German rapper that I saw at a concert in Zurich, which I really like. And then the story is even funnier because we ended up in a sauna together in a hotel in Zurich. I was like, oh, I know you. Aren't you like an artist or something? Just a really fun way to meet people with your towel, butt ass naked. Hey, I know you, don't I? Nice conversation. Always perfect conversations in saunas. Contra K. Really nice guy. Extremely down to earth. Extremely sweet. He's the only rapper I've ever met in a sauna, though. And I can say that. I can say that pretty clearly. As a Finnish person, I agree. As a Swiss, we have a certain culture of saunas. Oh, now we're talking. Oh, now we're talking. Ooh, okay. But guys, you see, I'm not making this up. In this game, and in this game only, well, Heidi, I was about to say again, the life was pretty simple for Fallen, but we've had 3 different Opers have 3 complete lockdowns in 3 different rounds on B. Shiro closed the B side twice. Molodoy closed the B side once. Fallen just closed the B side once. And these are solo AWP heroics move. That's it. Solo heroics. The AWP on the B side of Mirage is so powerful if you don't have a perfect execute, because you have so many different ways to isolate duels. You can play with the geometry of the site so much. Like, this is one of the strongest positions in my opinion. And unfortunately, I was never able to yield this sniper. I was not in CS:GO anyway. But when you do, oh my god, you can isolate so many duels. But yes, he is not flashed at all. Not flashed at all. He's having the greatest time of his life. So I see that. No, okay, Heidi, I know where your frustration comes from. I know where your frustration comes from. Now, what you have to realize in this round as well is that Molodoy is dead. Okay? Molodoy is dead. So, Molodoy is dead, and I imagine... Wait, let me watch something. I just want to see something before I talk. Okay, so they could probably have anticipated that the AWP had been picked up. I was about to say the contact play on B makes sense because they killed Molodoy, but they could have anticipated that the AWP would remain on B and would be picked up. Curious though, if you replace Donk with any other random rifle, would Spirit still be a tier 1 team? My instinct answer is to say no, and then I'm trying to think about it just a smidge more. Probably not. I mean, Shiro managed to remain relevant at a pretty good tier 1 level, even when he was the only guy who knew how to play Counter-Strike in his team. So Shiro does have a certain carry power. Yeah, Heidi, I think that's fair. I think we agree. I think we agree. I was about to say top 5, no, not a chance, but top 10? Top 10, I can see a world. I could see a world in which this Spirit lineup without Donk can still manage to be like number 9, number 10, number 8 on a good day. I could still see it. I could still see it. Top 5, no. No. Impossible. Never a trophy. No, Marsky, you're right, but just because Dong is 60% of the output all the time does not mean anybody else would never be capable of doing it. So we can't be too short-sighted. Falcons, 6 months up, they buy his Dong. They do have the money for it. Well, right now, what is genuinely funny, and I hope to God it's never gonna happen. But what is genuinely funny is that the only thing Packers would need to do to break the game right now would be to buy Robs. They would literally break the game. If I do not want that to happen, I want Robs and Zaiwu to stick it together until the end of time and be the winningest duo they can be. But genuinely, if Falcons did buy Robs, I would say for Tessus, I would leave. Personally, I like Kixon's idealing. I have a pretty high degree of respect for Kixon. It's personal. Not everybody, not people don't need to agree with me. When I watch Falcons play, I genuinely agree with the callings and I genuinely agree with what they're doing. So I would not replace Kixon, not yet, never, at least, and not even now that you're. Imagine now we might see Nico go back to a level that is Nico-esque and exceptional. I'm not saying. I say we might see Nico consistently go back to a really high level. You're not gonna burden him with an IGL role right now. Just let him still be like an EVP candidate, and you know let him be an EVP candidate right now. Have Kixana on the lead, bring Robs, and then break the game. But please God, I hope it doesn't happen. Please God, no. Hey 4D, thank you very much for the follow. The double under balcony setup. And this is why double balcony is strong, guys. That's why balcony is stronger. Because if you kill, there is something in Counter-Strike. And it's relevant to almost every map, any situation. Killing someone in a set position almost always makes whoever remains there invisible. That's well, the problem here I'm trying to think for Spirit is that they are really working with fucking nothing. Like they have an op, and I think this is Shiro's role here to try and get an opening. They could have had someone at least in apps if they knew they wanted to finish it, but they're working with nothing. They have no smoke, no flash, nothing. Oh, did he change the mouse? I didn't even realize I would change his mouse or something. I didn't even know he was using the mouse that he quote unquote produced. I'm not aware of that. I don't follow that kind of information, so Okay. Alright, I get it. I know he had a Pulsar for a while, that I knew. Okay, so if we had to summarize the loss of spirit on Mirage, I would say 2 rounds in the first half are never supposed to happen. They are two forced by slash half by like pistol enhanced rounds that hey death effect what's up 2 rounds on the A side spirit lose to Tech Nines and or Deagles. I think Sway is holding a pretty big part of the responsibility for these rounds. So you have 2 rounds. You have 2 rounds on the CT side lost on A, with a certain degree of responsibility. Probably the lion's share for Sway, where they fuck up and they lose these 2 rounds. It's not just Sway. The round with the Deagle, they all get baited into. It's the fallen move on top of stairs that triggers 2 rifles to look at him, and then Molodoi gets the double kill with the Deagle. So that's not just Shui. But you have 2 rounds on A that you're not supposed to lose in favorable positions. And then on the T side, you break your teeth twice on an AWP on the B side, trying to play contacty, pop flashy playstyle Counter Strike, and you break your teeth twice on 2 different snipers with full investment. To me, that's the biggest difference. I don't I don't really know why Spirit played so B centric. I don't think Spirit made much out of mid. I think when you have players like Donk and all, I think you do want to go and play connector. Like you want to get yourself in connector. You want to have these fights. Like the only time we saw Donk have a 4 kill is when Dong actually went up the stairs. And yes, back off. Maybe you're right. Maybe they were trying to aim for Fallen. Maybe they thought there was a weakness to be exploited there. So if Furia is doing a good job at refusing the fights mid, that means that there is map control and territory to be taken. And I think Spirit did not do it. I think Spirit could have been much better at taking that map control and applying pressure from these forward positions. Yeah, I mean, this last round looks a bit silly because it's whatever, no Kevlar, no util, no smoke, just cherry round. But the one round we saw Donk going to connector, he destroyed everybody. So I don't know. I'm a bit surprised that it wasn't a bit more mid-centric. But these two rounds where they get absolutely wrecked by ops on B, these rounds hurt. You're not gonna be able to post it, but what you can do, brother, is give me a second. I'll figure it out for you. I sent you a whisper, and if you send me the link, I can copy it. Yes, because you're not gonna be allowed to post links. So that I can actually copy myself. There you go. The round with the AVP, there was Chopin lurking comp for some reason and Donk playing fierce. Yeah, that's right. Come a little bit closer. I'm all alone, and the night is so young. Night is long. It's not young. Okay. You're such a great streamer. Well, isn't that lovely now? Oh, isn't that lovely? You know what? You very much. Let me see. I can answer vocally and by text. You know. And through the window I ran. I can hear her say to Jose, yeah, you're my kind of man, so big and so strong. All right, on to Nuke we go. An hour and 47 minutes for one map. Yapper. Professional yapper. Ooh, oh, that flash. No, Molotov try to avoid it. Oh, no. Oh, no. Wait, what? I was about to say. But Molotov really did try and cover as many angles as he possibly could to not get team flashed. You can see how he was aiming down, but unfortunately he ends up eating that one flash. Oh, that flash he eats flashed him for 7 years. And then he is still flashed and he's in the molly. I don't know how Zontix doesn't kill him. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. This is like Zontix had the freest kill ever, professional prider. Uh, Zontix had the kill. Like this, we can watch it from Zontix perspective. He hears the molly. He hears the ticks too. That one is missed. That one is missed. That one is debatable, and that one is missed. He missed bullets. Honestly, 3 out of 4 bullets are missed. I can't defend Zontix. Based on what I have, based on what I'm seeing on my monitor, he missed 3 bullets out of 4 pretty clearly. Professional Prider and a Gag 3. Thank you very much for the follows. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, Shui, don't look for that duel. Like you're going to die. You have 10 HP. Going down felt like the better move. Coucou Astomac, ça va et toi? Ah, ça se passe bien, tranquille, samedi matin, enfin dimanche matin, pardon. This stream is so chill compared to some of the other ones. Is it too chill though? Should I scream a little more? Should I put up the music? Should I make obscene comments? And make sure I end up on Reddit? No, it's fine. It's just who I am. It's who I am. It might be too chill. It might be too chill. That's possible. Nah. Why you guys are... You are part of the reason why this stream is enjoyable, right? I could have... Okay, this is going to sound... This is going to sound stupid. I would obviously not trade it because that would be a lie. But if I had 2,000 people in the chat, 2,000 people watching my stream every day, but no one was talking, I would have a fucking terrible time. Now, granted, if I had 2,000 people watching, I would have sponsorships left, right, and center, and it would be great. My man is in dire need of money. Um, But I would really not enjoy myself. If I had 2,000 people in the stream, no one was talking, and I was just monologuing my way through 3 hours of Counter-Strike, I would not like it. I would not enjoy it at all. So you guys being in the chat, having conversations about the game, talking, exchanging, interacting, like that's what makes the streaming experience enjoyable for me. Not everybody is the same. For me, that's what makes it enjoyable. So you guys make it enjoyable. Ooh, is his teammate Flash too? Oh, this was a yummy Flash. He's dead. This is such a good move from Furia. This is such a good move. Wait, I can still win it. Wait, I'll watch the end of the round and then we'll roll back to the Ram skirmish. Alright, I can still win it. New, KZ, and Max, thank you very much for the follows. I appreciate them very much. This 2v2 is still extremely T-sided. Or T-favored. I don't know if they know about Yuri. I don't even know how he ended up there. I mean, I get it. They pushed. He probably went from hut to lobby to heaven or to ladder. I don't think they know about Yuri, but I don't think it's gonna matter at the end. I don't think it's gonna matter at all. He's too far removed from the action. Checking my body out. Ohne cardio. Radio. Sie machen Fotos, Taschenplatzen, aber Apache bleibt gleich. Die Rolle wieder schreit. In mir vom Koks und vom Messerstecherei. Yeah, I like Apache. He was coming to Zurich. He was coming to Zurich for the Zurich festival. I wanted to go there. I just didn't have money for the concert tickets. You think Vitality can choke versus FaZe? No. No. I don't think so. You can feel how certain of me I am right now. Oh, they should win it. They should win it. They should win it. Chopper's gonna win this 1v2. Ooh, Chopper ski. Okay, he got a little fortunate with the timing. That is true. With all the top teams looking so shaky recently, who's the current #1 team in your opinion? I guess I cannot. Is that an acceptable answer to say there's no #1 right now? Is that an acceptable answer? Like, with the results have been so all over the place that I don't think anyone right now can rightfully claim the position of best team in the world. I'm answering you as honest as I can. Like, I'm not trying to just like dodge the question. I'm just thinking, with all the shit that went down and all the results and team beating each other and whatever, like, who can actually claim to be the best team? I feel like there's a small pool of teams, and in that small pool of teams, I would put Mongols, Spirit, Falcons, Vitality, maybe Mouse, but I'm a bit on the fence on Mouse. But you have for sure 4 teams, potentially 5, that it feels like on any given day can beat each other one way, the other way. So it's like, I don't think anyone has legitimacy to be called best team in the world right now. I don't think so. At this very moment, I don't think any team has that claim. Anyone that is trying to tell me there is a clear #1 right now, then please give me give me the basis for the argument. If you believe there is a team that is very clearly the best in the world right now, then please let me know how you think. It was just really the timing of the flash that was perfect here. Was für eine Frechheit. Oh, do they want to contact play? What is weird to me is that nobody is anti-flash from Shiro and Zontix. Zontic's kind of avoided really quickly. Shui's position is not a good position there at all. You can see, I put Mongols in there. I think Mongols are definitely in the, they're in the top tier hat. I think Mongols are in a top tier hat. This position from Shui doesn't exist. This position doesn't exist. This is a forbidden position. This is a position where you can be fought at from like 112-degree angle. This doesn't exist. You should never be there. You might be caught in transition, but you can never be waiting for a duel from here. You're opening yourself up to way too many different angles. So you can go a step behind, or you can go a bit more to the left, but you cannot be there. This is the primo. I'm getting shot at from multiple angles position. Look at this. Yuri is looking at him. Molotov is looking at him. Yekina will see him. And they still had 2 people holding ramp, so I don't know if they wanted to do a fast ramp play. But yeah, the problem is Zontic's get deleted, and Shui has a really bad position. Yeah, I like it when you're being a little, what's it called? Sarcastic. I like it, Heidi, when you're being a little sarcastic. You got a little flair to it. Wow, the push ram. Never seen that before. Wow. I can almost hear you. Et qu'est-ce que tu veux que j'y fasse, moi? Wow, they push ram. Never seen that before. Oh, fuck me. Dis-moi que tu m'aimes, Malapoli. Thank God for Chopper. Oh, no, don't apologize. I appreciate it. I think it's fun as hell. I think it's funny as hell. Don't apologize, please. Ooh, so Furia went for the reforce behind it? Okay. I'm sure Spirit have an idea this can happen. They knew it was a 1v2 at the end. Or even a 1v1, actually. So I'm sure Spirit can feel that kind of danger coming. That's an interesting way to de-zone ramp. I've never really saw people do that. That's an interesting way to de-zone this massively dangerous area. Do you think we will see Donk in an international team someday? Well, someone asked me that earlier, and my answer was that I think Spirit would have to go really, really down in the rankings for Donk to ever consider it. I don't think Donk will ever leave Spirit for as long as Spirit is in the top 5 conversation in the world. I just think it's never gonna happen. Done this Zelle. For as long as Spirit is in the top 5, I don't think it's ever gonna happen. Now, this 4v4 really sucks for Furia. Like, the 4v4, when you lost ramp completely and you know somebody can come under heaven to fight you, is an incredibly uncomfortable 4v4. So eventually you have to push somewhere. You have to retake... Exactly, you have to take a risk. You have to take a risk. Here, Mono goes for the white check outside. Don't put him down. I guess there could be a trade potential. Where is it? Here. This could be a trade. There we go. That's the trade. This is very well played from Yekindar. Very well played from Yekindar to go and get that duel. The problem that they have is that B is very much lost. Do you know if there is bad blood between BlameF and Astralis? I do not know that. I don't know that. I know that for a while, Blame was really considered by some people to be a bit of a selfish, like self-centered player in his playstyle, and this might have been a bit of a turnoff for some teams, because just from a purely output perspective, like the man just frags almost all day, every day, non-stop. So, I mean, put it this way: if you ask me as a manager, as a manager, if you ask me, hey, would you rather have Magisk or Blame? I take Magisk every day of the week without thinking. Oh, nice try. He wins it. No kit. Shiro is such a good catcher. Okay. Guys, let's do just a little bit of theory in Counter-Strike. Because this is one of my favorite things to do. Let's do just a quick theory. I promise you I won't annoy you too much. We've talked about it multiple times, but we'll keep talking about it. 2 versus 3 clutch bomb plant situation. Right? Spirit R2. Spirit R2 versus 3 Furia player bomb plant situation retake. What is striking to me is how both Spirit players understand that they have to take fight-oriented positions. I guarantee you guys, you play this 2v3 and face it with your friends, and 9 times out of 10, you're going to have someone hiding here behind that box, and someone's going to go dark, and everyone's going to hide and say, good luck to you, buddy. I guarantee you this is going to happen. I've seen it happen multiple times. So, you do not... Well, he doesn't need to be on top of the fucking silo. He could have taken a step back and played on the railing behind it. I don't know why he's up there like a bird. But the concept remains the same. It's a 2 versus 3. We're not going to win it by hiding. We're going to win it by taking duels. Hopefully duels in which the CTs are in transition, are moving, are in movement, and are not going to be ready to fight us. This is what we want. And Chopper, fucking Falcon on top of there. I don't know why he dies. But what Shiro is doing is primo clutching abilities. He has an off-angle, aggressive off-angle solution, turns around, goes for the second kill. From there, he's committed to the fight. He's lucky Kesserado doesn't have a kit. But this is, from Shiro's perspective, this is like 10 out of 10. This is 10 out of 10. This is how you can win these clutches. He's having what I like to call like pivot position. It's a position where you can pivot. You can fight single door. You can fight double door. You can turn around and fight ramp. Like, you have a position where you can, in 1 second, just decide where you're going to fight. This is how you win clutch when you don't have number advantage. When you have number advantage, it's different. If you're 4 versus 2, 5 versus 3, whatever, then it's different. Then you close the game. Then you take safe angles. You double up as much as you can. This is a different philosophy. It's a different theory. When you are outnumbered, if you are outnumbered in a clutch in Counter-Strike, you have to have pivot positions. Pivot/aggressive positions is how you win them. And I'm out of coffee. There you go. That's it. I'm taking off the TED Talk hat. Oh, by the way, now I've done my TED Talk. Remember, I do offer coaching. I've been doing it for quite a while now, and I really appreciate it. So go ahead, book yourself some coaching sessions. Let's be better at Counter-Strike. Exactly. When you're CT and you're retaking a bomb site in numbers advantage, what you have to avoid is getting caught in transition in movement. So make sure that you are always ready for fight. Make sure that you always isolate angles properly so you don't just die running. And knife will be great. Ooh. You don't just run on top of main. That's a supremely powerful move. This is decent on either side for now. This is just 1 for 1 for 1 for 1. This timing is... Oh, I wish he had used it immediately. I wish Fallen had used his timing earlier. I think he second-guessed how powerful his position was. I just want to see Donk's path. Yeah, if there's an alt credit or behind blue, you're dead. How many times I died in face hit doing that? Like, at this moment, whoop, there's an alt waiting for you behind blue, you're dead. See ya. Sendirian and Jacka, thank you very much for the follows, guys. I appreciate it very much. Welcome in the chat. Such a strong move. life becomes so complicated on the A side when people are fighting you actively from main. Like there aren't that many positions you can play when main is compromised and hut is compromised and someone can come out of doors. Like, fuck, where do I play? Like, where do I go? Backside, you can be seen from so many different angles. Hey man, I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? Well, first of all, really nice to have you in the chat. Yeah, you need to push hut, but more, you're not always going to be able to. And if you, and mostly at the very beginning of a round like that. Yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm doing good, Cindy. I'm streaming. I'm having a good time. I'm trying to make my way back to CS and coaching, broadcast roles, you know. Just I'm out there manifesting my own fucking destiny if I can. So yeah. I'm doing as good as I can considering the circumstances. I think this is the best answer I could give you. How are you doing? La, 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 la. Well, this is an extremely good and successful start from Spirit considering all the clutches that happened. The fact Spirit would be 4-0 up now makes Furia's comeback that much more impressive. Thank you, personal prider. I appreciate that. I appreciate the kind words. Oh, my man is motivated. I fucking hope you can get. I really miss you. Doing good work, sleep, CS. Life doesn't have to be complicated in order to be happy, you know. Life doesn't have to be complicated in order to be happy. Is there a possibility that you will come back? I don't know if I'm the one that has to stat you on that. I choose to believe there is a possibility. I choose to believe. And then if I do think there is a chance, then I have to make it happen. It's possible it never happens. But if I do believe there is a chance, then it's up to me to make it happen. I think this is the mindset to have. Oh, things are about to go so south for Furia, unfortunately. Is Shiro also committed to Trophy Room? This is the worst time possible for a sneaky smoke fade play. This is the worst time possible. The only thing that Furia have gone for, the only thing they really have going for them, is that now Yekindar should be invisible. Man, this is still very disciplined. This is still very disciplined from Spirit. I thought they would take ramp in a much more loosey-goosey fashion. This is already very disciplined from Furia. Now that you're not allowed to do that. Shiro, I've been your greatest fan in terms of clutch situations. I will always rely and trust Shiro, but you had no business planting the bomb immediately there. You have no business planting the bomb like that. You have 50 seconds. It cost you literally nothing to fake plant. Look, I'm not saying he wasn't abandoned by his team. I'm saying there is no reason to straight plant when you can defuse, when you genuinely have not cleared B at all. Look, they haven't done anything on B. They haven't checked anything. Do I think self-affirmations are enough to change the public opinion? No, probably not. It's a place to start, I guess. But I don't think it's like a magic potion or something like that. I don't think so. John from work. I like your nickname though. It's rather really play that well against Zone. But yeah, I don't think Shiro has any business planting immediately there. They haven't checked B at all. They fought in ramp for a while. Surely someone can be there. Your teammates are miles away from you. You have to fake plant, or you have to just wait, play the time. And now the problem is the rounds have been so tight and close that money-wise situation is very, very complicated. You can put an op on Shiro, great. I imagine. Otherwise, I can't really explain why you would go for that risky immediate plant with 55 seconds left. Like this is the one thing that triggers me a tad, is that if there had been 10 seconds left and it is the only way forward and you die planting the bomb, then you know what? Okay. You know what? Okay, you were dealt a shitty hand. You try to plant because you were pressed by time. I get it. I get it. But when you have 55 seconds in a 3 versus 2, there is really no justification for for immediately planting the bomb and dying. I don't think there is. So do they check Kindar? Do they not? Ooh, okay, guys, let's go. This is on. The trigger discipline is on. Uh, he isn't paid really well for his patience. I don't think he's paid very well for the patience. Why is Monodos in such a committed position now? This is a very, very skirmishy. Do you ever watch 2D on Skybox instead of POV demos? I find it much easier to understand what's going on games. I used to do that when I was working as an analyst and I was preparing games. Because then, obviously, what mattered to me was that I could get the information as simply and quickly as possible. So in that situation, I would do it. For stream, obviously, I would... Oh, sorry for that. In streams, I would obviously never do it because I really appreciate POV. I think the viewing experience is much higher in streams. Man. This is a messy game. It's a messy game. Lots of duels, lots of like neutral areas of the map where skirmishes happen. It is messy. But yeah, I would do 2D analysis when I needed to prepare games for desk work. That I would do. Absolutely. Well, Noises, it was a program that I used a lot because I found it incredibly streamlined and simple experience. You know, but then yes, of course, you did still have to. There was the whole process of putting the demo in it and all of that, which was a little more cumbersome. But once you had the demo in there, I found the UI from Noises was super intuitive, very simplistic, and this is all I needed really. I did not need all of the other fancy sort of options and inputs. Not when I was just learning about a team. So I like this. I like the simplicity of it. So, Donk stayed alive and saved Shiro's AWP. So the warning shot has been fired. They know about the sniper. Fallen heard the scope in trophy room, which is why Monoda is now here with him. It can still be a very tricky game for Molodoy to peek when an op could be literally looking at him. Okay, Fallen and Molodoy. Fallen and Molodoy. There we go. So Molodoy's job is to peek when they're fighting Fallen. Molodoy does not want to be the first point of contact. Molodoy wants to blindside people. And Shiro's role is to kill Molodoy. Here we go. That's fun. It's all set. Now they fight Fallen. Ooh, you know what? The flash from Fallen might not have caught Zontix and Chopper, but look who's blind. Shiro. And that made a bigger difference than what might have seen. Because Shiro's role was to kill Molodoy under heaven. But Shiro was flashed. Salut Bunny, comment ça va? Oh, yo! 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 Guys! What are we looking at? Hello? Hello? What the... What the... what the fuck is this? What the... Is that griefing? Are we reporting him? Okay, so 4/3, probably. Salut Rio. 4/3, maybe here. Maybe here. That's 4/3. Oh my god, this is fucking hilarious. My POV, it looks so goofy. Oh my god, this looks so goofy for me. Ouais, ça va, frérot, ça va. Je regarde. And you know what? Joke aside, do you see how much money Sway has now? Je serai là que ce soir normalement, ça roule. Ben moi, je vais au match. Ah, ben, je viens de voir ton WhatsApp d'ailleurs, bien vu. Je vais voir le match de la première à 4 heures. Et après, je pense que je serai là ce soir. Je serai là. Yo, this is a genuine hilarious moment. But is there a way to see from his real POV? Well, what I could do, guys, if I was a really committed streamer, is I could rewatch this in 4/3. If I was a really committed streamer. And if I had a really cool community and I could chat with some really nice people that I appreciated, I could probably put myself in 4/3 just to check for my viewers, you know, it's something I would do for a really, really, really nice community. He sees him. We have evidence, Your Honor. Your Honor, this is evidence. He sees him. He sees him. The defense, or not the defense, the other one. Was it Procure? Rest. The Procure rests. He definitely saw him. He definitely saw him. He saw him a bunch. Molodoi plays on 16/9. Yeah, he does. Then why have we even gone through all the trouble? Non mais Rio, non mais vraiment Rio, regarde cette scène, mais elle est hilarante. En 16/9, elle est hilarante cette scène. Regarde ça. En 16/9, c'est trop marrant. Now you tell me Molodoi is playing 16/9? This is griefing. Regarde cette scène, elle est... Attends. Wait. Wait. I messed up. Regarde cette scène comme elle est hilarante. Regarde, c'est trop drôle. Regarde le bordel, il l'a sur son écran pendant 1 heure. C'est incroyable. Cette scène, elle me tue. C'est incroyable. Sorry guys, I just went into French mode for a second. Oh wait, a bunch of... Ça c'est du griefing, hein, vraiment c'est du griefing. So this one I can deny because we're not gonna allow the use of words like that. Stoa, I'm gonna leave the message because this is another one of these like very sad and pathetic attempt at looking cool socially. So I will leave that on. I think it's more deserving to him than to me. Wait, why do I have sound? Pontus Cool, thank you very much for the follow. Yeah, I was surprised to see Spirit not go for the AWP. They could have. Ah, mais c'est du griefing, vraiment. C'est du griefing, c'est abusé. Je sais pas ce qui s'est passé là. Si on me... If someone is telling me that he's playing 16/9, what? Non mais c'est trop rire. Ouais, à ce soir, copain. À ce soir, frérot. À ce soir, my brother. Wait, how does Viking get the trade? Because Molodoi dies to Donk? Okay, so that's a missed shot. That's a missed shot. Ciao, ciao, frérot. That's just a missed shot. And then... Oh, that's really good for making Dar. If it's he Well, it's okay. You just missed your sentence and it's fine. Don't worry about it. Well, how did I miss? Let's see again. Let's see. All right, I'm calling the police. Hello? Yeah, Molodoi has been robbed. Yep, yep. Single lady will be shot. Right in the head. He's been robbed. Call 911. What? How is that not a kill? How is this not a kill? Stoa, none of your punchline are landing. It's like the first time I'm lenient because I know not everybody is fun. Like people need to warm up. Like none of the punchlines are landing. If you're gonna be out there trying to look cool, the least you can do is actually like say something cool and funny and like witty and if you're just being boring, like you're just shouting at clouds, eventually I'll remove you from the chat. Like I don't mind like people trying to look cool and all, but you have to be fun. That's the rule. It has to work. The punchline has to land. Yeah, no, he got robbed. He got robbed. He absolutely got robbed. He genuinely got robbed. But this from Yekindar is splendid. This is actually splendid from Yekindar. Just finding the angle before the smoke blooms like that. Now this is peak CS. Because he had a second and a half. Oh, this is so strong. This is so strong. Oof. No, Stoa, we are not discussing whether sexual assault is fun or not. That has nothing to do with that. You can move the goalpost as much as you want. You are not fun. You came here trying to look cool, and you look pathetic. I'm talking about you. You are not fun. You can move the goalpost as much as you want. I'm addressing you, personally. I think he moved his mouse a bit. But yes, yes, two things. Why would he... Did he really flick? I'm sorry. To me, you say he wasn't on him ever. Are you drunk? How can you say he wasn't on him ever? I'm gonna try to find the frame. I'm gonna try to find the frame where the shot actually goes. Demos are not fully accurate. Yeah, so exactly. If what I'm seeing is not what happened, then it's not a conversation. I'm just saying. Jesus Christ, I have to stop looking at the chat. I'm trying to stop at the right time. If what I'm seeing is... whatever. I'm giving up. If what I'm seeing isn't exactly what happened, that's another conversation then, huh? I was just trying to stop, like, frame... Case closed. Yeah, Spaceman, we're not here to say. But sometimes I like to see if a player's really got CS2'd. And I know that the demo client is not one-to-one what happened. So I'm keeping that in mind, you know? So I have to pick up the pace. I have 15 minutes to finish this demo and I'm babbling way too much. You guys are making me yap again. You're turning me into a professional yapper. Does he move before shooting? I am sorry, friends. I have no time to go back to that case. I have no time to go back to that case. I thought you were being serious, Vadox, for a second. Demos like not compensated. Okay. I'm getting way off timing here. It's been 2 hours and 25 minutes. I haven't even done half the second map. This is a half buy. We're gonna pick up the pace. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, he blocked himself. Oh, brother, this is risky. Nice. Run. Just run. Run away. Run away. You got to kill. Run away. Perfect. This is really good for Molodoi. Badox! Coming in with the sub. Thank you very much. That's very nice of you. Thank you. I appreciate the support. Thanks, bud. I hope you're having a good time. So they took Under Heaven. But yeah, exactly. I was going to say Furia should be 100% ready for that. I know Molotov would like to go back up heaven. Remember, he cannot do it. He cannot go back up heaven. Molotov has to basically turtle up on B and be responsible for finding at least 1 kill when income B. And following up with the follow as well. Vadox, my man, stepping up. He overcorrected the bullet drop. That's what happened, yeah. We're like playing in Wanted, you know, you can bend the bullets. You remember this movie? I thought the premise was cool. Bending bullets. That was Wanted, wasn't it? Yeah, Wanted was a cool movie. The premise was cool. Well, man, Molotov, you looked so cool until you decided to flash yourself. You looked so cool, brother. I swear, he looked so cool. He gets the kill, flashes for himself, and yo! Psych. It happens to the best of us. It just looks a little silly in the moment. Oh my god, is he gonna... Oh, I was gonna say he's not gonna clutch this, is he? Now, joke aside, what this does to Furia is put an immense strain on their finances where they could have had a really easy round, end up with 1 alive. You can see the money, and you have 2 players empty as hell. Beethoven? No, that's not Beethoven. Is that Furia? That's Beethoven, no? That is Beethoven. Furia. Do you watch the games live too? Yeah, I do. But if I review the demo, I prefer not having watched it so I can react organically. Oh, they spotted you. You spotted them. Getting D-zoned. Yekindar is low-key having an excellent game. Yekindar is low-key having an excellent game outside. The work he's doing with the rifle, because he's being put under pressure. Different times, different ways. Perfect read on the trade and the move that's going to happen. Yeah, oh my god, Yekindar is doing work. Do not repeat that. Yeah, he's done an absolutely phenomenal job this round. To consider the amount of stress and pressure he was under, to get 2 kills, survive the whole way through. Sorry. Someone is going to hit a bullet on Zontix. What? Seven HP. 7 HP 1v3. I thought that the round was over as well, Professional Pro. Are you kidding me? Oh my freaking god. I guarantee you, short term, I guarantee you Spirit is going to regret and miss Zontix. I guarantee you. Now, long term, I'm open to the possibility that Tanier is going to turn out to be some sort of sensational, incredible player. I'm absolutely open to the idea. I'm willing to give him a chance. That's got no problem with this. This is fine. Short term, they are going to regret Zontix. They are going to regret him. Badly. Badly. If anything, Heidi, I would have only traded Magix for Tanier. If you believe Tanier really is this like next sensational player, then I would have kept Zontix for the stability and how reliable he is. I would have kept him, and I would have brought in Tanier as a secondary support player. Sometimes a little bit of freedom. That's what I would have done. Again, I'm just talking maybe out of my ass, but if I had been in the management position, this is what I would have done. I would have kept Zontix, and I would have maybe given a chance to Tenier for Magix. But the amount of work Zontix does that sometimes goes unwatched and like not even praised at all. Well, I think both Magix and Zontix were underrated in their own way, but if I had to choose, I would have kept Zontix. Yeah, I know. Statistically speaking, B anchors don't exactly have an incredible time. MZ7, thank you very much for the follow. Does Tenier have more firepower than Zontix? Well, I guess that's what they imagine. I guess that's their thought process, you know? But Zontix's like cold-bloodedness and calm and clutch ability, I feel like this is worth a tremendous amount in a team that wants to win trophies. Levi or Levi, thank you very much for the follow. Like, I value... Same, I'll tell you something else, guys. When Vitality when Spinks left Vitality and Robs came in to replace Spinks, you could have just looked at the stats. You could have just looked at the stats and said, Vitality are losing a little bit at that because Spinks had still a pretty high rating in general, and Robs with FaZe towards the end, the rating was going down a little bit, blah, blah, blah. To me, it was never a question whether that was a good move or not. But for all the other reasons that are necessary to win trophies, I thought, oh my god, this is the best trade ever they could have done. Any day of the week, I want Robs in my team if I want to win trophies. I think something similar applies to Zontix. Like, he might... Why'd you got... Oh, because you had too many emojis. Oh, I don't know why... Zoe, sorry, you got bounced by the Nightbug because you had too many emojis. I'm sorry, bro. It's not, don't make the rules. Yeah, I think there are certain values and certain attributes of a player that don't exactly correlate in numbers immediately, but when you watch high-level CS and semifinals and finals, you know, you see it when you know it when you see it. And I think, t'aimes bien ça, ce mec? Viens, on s'ambiance. Sorry guys, I'm just having fun. Sorry. I'm back, everything is fine. I'm just trolling around. I'm just trolling around. No, I think some of these qualities as a player are incredibly undervalued, and I believe Zontix has them. This is random, but who do you think is the best Swedish player of all time? Wait, is there really another question than Get Right and Forest? Is there another question, really? Is there another candidate of all time? Ah, you asking me between those two. I think Forest probably farmed the ratings just a little bit less than Get Right. I don't think that's a controversial statement. I think Forest's ratings were probably a little bit less based on farming from lurking positions and all. I think Forest was a bit more like in your face difference making than Get Right. Get Right pretty much created the role of lurker in the beginning of CS:GO and even in CS, so maybe Forest by like a teeny tiny margin. It's personal. It's personal. Cleary, thank you very much for the follow. Olaf's reign was a little bit too short term, I think. Oh, Choperinsky, what happened, brother? Well, I hope for him. I know they beat NIP. That was hilarious. With eyeballers. Professional Prider coming in with the sub as well. Thank you very much. Welcome, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have 10 more minutes to close this. I yapped way too much. Wait, hold on. Give me a second, guys. Give me a sec. I have 10 minutes to close this. I'm not going to be able to. I yapped too much. I have to learn how to yap a little less. Hey, exec. Hey, yeah, thank you so much, Professional Prider. Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm not going to be able to close that. There have been so many clutches in this game. I agree with you, Dusty Mercy. I agree with you. There have been so many clutches in this game, guys. Oh, the read from Zontix. Look at the read from Zontix. That's what I'm talking about. No, why would you go ahead and waste all I've just said about you? I would like to amend my previous statement. This was a terrible clutch. I regret everything I've said. Oh, chat, he had him booked. You could have just waited to let Kisarado out the smoke and then it was over. You would have killed him. No, why? Maniac, if you were to give a piece of advice to someone, do you have a saying or a mantra phrase that you use to motivate yourself? Oh, wow, that's actually a terribly interesting and deep question. I don't really function with mantras or phrases like that. I know some people do. I know some people do. Okay, something that I have learned. No, it's fine. Something that I have learned from my 35 years in this planet is that being selfish in a healthy way and putting yourself first and taking care of yourself first will result in you treating other people better. And it sounds ambiguous and it sounds counterintuitive because people have this sort of short-sighted definition of being selfish where they think being selfish means that you're an asshole and you don't ever help other people. So people have this skewed vision of what selfishness is, but self-care and putting yourself first and prioritizing your own needs, I think doing that is the most direct path to treating other people right. And I've done this mistake in my life a few times where I have let myself come second. And at the end of the day, I've hurt people because of that. So I would say step away from the idea that selfishness is bad. I think a healthy degree of selfishness is the best way to live a proper life. This is I've done the mistake a few times in my life to put myself second, and at the end of the day, that doesn't help other people. You end up hurting them. Can you sign my profile if I subscribe? I'll sign your profile right now. I won't ask for your money. If you want to subscribe, you can. I appreciate the support, but I'm not here to take money out of you for a sign. I whispered you. Send me your profile. Comme au Matokita. You think people have been biased to believe tier 1 talents have to perform right out the gates because of Donk? Not just Donk. There's been a string of extraterrestrial rookies since Zaiwu that fucked it up for everybody else. Zaiwu into Monacy, into Donk. They ruined it for everybody. Like they ruined it for everybody. They just ruined it. Now Kyosuke now as well. They ruined it for everybody. Oi, Mr. Bullrocks commented with the Prime. Thank you very much. I hope this is just because you wanted it and not because you wanted a Steam profile. I hope this is just because you want it and you felt like supporting, and this is very much appreciated. We're not trading here, but you do want to support. This is extremely nice of you. Thank you. Yes, Dusty, yes. We have no patience right now. Nowadays, we have no patience. We don't give any leeway. We have no patience. I don't know how they found these entries. This is winnable. Molodoi and Yuri have to play together. Oh, nice. You see how here, Molodoi opens the door, triggers the reaction from Zontix, Yuri strikes. Lico. I know, actually, I don't want to run through the last few rounds. I've yapped a little bit too much, and I started 10 minutes later. I'm gonna go get some lunch. I don't want to run through the last few rounds and give you a low quality analysis just because I'm rushing. I don't want it. I don't want it. I might as well stop now. We can always watch it again. We can always finish this again. I don't want to rush something and give you like a McDonald analysis just because I want to go fast. I don't want to do that. I refuse. I refuse to do that. Let's see. OBS. Boom. There we go. Okie dokie. This has been fun. This has been very fun. Truck ton of follows today. Bunch of subs as well. Absolutely appreciated. Um, I haven't made my schedule for next week. I will. I will create a schedule for next week. This week, guys, can I get a high five from chat that I followed my schedule diligently? I would like a high five from the chat for actually putting up a schedule and following through with it. I have followed through on all of the commitments that I had put forth from a streaming perspective. So high five me. And then next week I will adapt the streaming based on the blast, but I think they have Tuesday and Wednesday off. Ooh, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off. Ooh, we're streaming next week. Ooh, we are streaming next week. When there's no blast, I can do afternoon streams like from 12 and all when it's so we have time. I'll put together we'll put together a schedule and I will share it with you later today. All right, guys. Yes, you guys enjoy your games. I'm gonna go get some lunch. Thank you very much for being with me. Always a pleasure. Thank you for the follows, the chatters, the subs. See you tomorrow. Or probably see you tomorrow. I believe see you tomorrow. But I'll put out the schedule for next week. All right. Enjoy your day, guys.